Hi, everyone. Cesar Hernandez here with Jason Markowitz. In light of last week's unfortunate events in Mexico, we will not have a Mexican Soccer Show podcast today. Instead, we'd like to bring up a few groups where you can help donate some earthquake relief funds, and Jason's written down a few here that he's gonna mention.
Yeah, there's several that you can go with, but some that jumped out to us, and I think they'd be certainly worthy of considering sending some of your money to, because they could certainly use the support. One is the Topos. They are a rescue brigade of volunteers that have been going into the rubble, going into buildings, finding people, rescuing people. You could find them at Twitter at Topos, Topos, very simple. There's a PayPal link that you can just very simply donate to them, and they could certainly use your support. Another would be the Mexican Red Cross, Cruz Roja Mexicana. And you can find them at cruzrojadonaciones.org. And obviously, Mexican Red Cross, it's pretty self-explanatory, but such a big part of just general support in Mexico, not just the disaster relief, but day-to-day operations. So they could certainly use your support. They have, you could donate directly to them. They also have an Amazon wish list. So that's something you could look for and just donate that way if you want to go with that direction. And finally, there's one that Diego Luna and Gael Garcia Bernal put out. And there's working with Ambulante, which is a grassroots community organization that is putting out 100% of the funds that they collect to local organizations, social initiatives, finding all the victims in Mexico City and the surrounding areas that were affected by the earthquake and finding ways to support them. So seems like a very worthy organization and definitely one checking out. You could find them at donate.omaze.com/Mexico. That's donate.omaze.com/Mexico. All these organizations, and there's certainly others out there that could use your support. I think one thing that we wanted to mention here on the show is that after a disaster like this strikes, there's the immediate outpouring of support. And then as time goes on and other things come up, and certainly there's been a lot of other things coming up, but as other things come up, the support wanes a bit. And I think as people are now kind of coming out of this and trying to put their lives back together, it's still so important that these organizations get your support, because so many people are in rough shape and need some help. So we urge you and we ask for your consideration and really giving some consideration to supporting these organizations, and we really would appreciate that.
Yeah, well said, Jason. And once again, thoughts and prayers for Mexico. And as for the podcast itself, we'll be back next week. So apologies once again, but of course, we just wanted to bring up a few of those funds, which we should be focusing on right now instead of soccer. But yeah, once again, we'll see you next week, and we'll be sure to see you guys then. All right, thanks, Jason.